Hello, everyone, and welcome to this show and tell session about dScribe plus Tableau. Today, you've got in front of you Brecht Arnoux, a co-founder and lead engineer at dScribe, and myself, Peter. I am also one of the co-founders and the CEO at dScribe. This is the second webinar in a series of 4, where we are each time showing how dScribe works specifically with one system. And today we are talking about Tableau. Questions we will cover are how can we increase the adoption of Tableau reports in our organization? How can we make sure that our end users understand our KPIs or analytics and that we don't have to explain things over and over again? And for the experts among you who typically create the documentation, we will explain and cover how you can speed up your documentation process so you don't have to spend as much time doing boring documentation and you can spend more time on exciting new analytics projects. That being said, I am very glad to give the word to Brecht for the showcase, and let's dive right in. Brecht, the word is to you.
Hey everyone, also from my side, thank you for joining our webinar and how we can increase the adoption on Tableau. Let's imagine for a second that you are the domain expert of marketing and you constantly get questions like the difference between open rate and click to open. What is that in our organization? Imagine those questions come over and over again. You will get tired of it, right? So I will dive right in how we can help with dScribe. So here you can see that our logo is appearing in the right corner of your Tableau report. We're going to edit the documentation. And as you can see, we now have created this report in our dScribe system. And as Peter already mentioned, we try to make your life as easy as possible. Nobody likes to write documentation and everybody hates to start from a blank page. So here we have the generate option. As you can see, it takes some time to generate some documentation. And here we have awesome. We find directly, we have our documentation. And now we don't have to start from a blank page anymore. Here you can see what you get and make some adjustments like according what you need. For example, the first part was not good enough or was not suiting an organization, so we are going to remove it. So here we can install some general documentation. But let's say we want some more specialized documentation. For example, what does this graph mean? We can add something we call a hotspot. We can select this graph. We can give our own name to it. So we're going to call it campaign list. We can add some documentation here. But we also have the option to link some more definitions. We are going to link, of course, campaign. We're also going to link click to open. And as you can see, we can now see our linked definitions. The interesting part here is we go to campaign, which is our definition. We not only see our documentation, but we can see also that it's connected to even another report. So here we can start to do some impact analysis on when we change campaign, which reports will be impacted. All right, so that was basically the first question that we covered. Now we are going to switch to the viewer mode. How can we help a viewer to easily understand their reports so they don't have to come to you for creating, for asking all those questions? So here we are logged in as a viewer. All right, so we are going to go to the same report. You can see we are exactly on the same report. And if we hover on our campaign lists, we can instantly see that our logo is appearing in the left corner. We can see that we have our documentation, but there is more. We can also open our plugin, and then we can see that we have a whole overview of what is this report about. We have our hotspots again, and also the link definitions to this report. you can constantly click through this. So if you want to see what's your hotspot about, you click through, you get the definition of your documentation of your hotspots with the linked definitions. And you can click through, and you still see where you come from, which is very interesting. So from a viewer perspective, you don't have the need to contact your domain expert because you can instantly see embedded on the web page of Tableau what this is all about. So you don't need to ask yourself what is open versus click to open. You just find it with dScribe. All right, so I know what you guys are thinking. Is this just a browser extension? And basically, we can say that this is the most important part. We want to make it as easy as possible for the user to interact with dScribe and to easily find their documentation. But of course, there is more. As you can see, we have a whole platform. We have a search built on top of it where you can find all your documentation and where you can even make a view. For example, let's say we want every marketeer that is joining our company to always go to these definitions and to see a couple of reports. We can save a view. Which we are going to call marketing. And every time a person comes to the marketing view, which is a public view, they will be able to see their definitions and the reports that are relevant to them. I just added the report. I need to refresh this page. And you can see that we have our Tableau report here. We marked our report as marketing, and it will instantly pop into our review. So as you can see now, we go to marketing again, and here, voila, we have our report added to our marketing view. Very easy to onboard new employees. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.
All right, thanks a lot, Brecht, for this quick introduction into how dScribe works with Tableau. Our purpose for this webinar was not to overload you with a lot of information or to bore you with a lot of technical details, but we did want to give you a quick teaser into how dScribe functions inside your Tableau environment. If you have more questions or if you would like to see all the other fancy features that are included in the product, like the analytics insights, the alerting, the collaboration functionalities, don't hesitate to request a live demo, and we'll gladly dive into more detail with you. As mentioned, this is a series of webinars. The reason for that is because dScribe does not only work to document your Tableau or other BI environments. In fact, you can use dScribe as an overlay across all your browser-based systems in the organization, creating that single unified user experience for your end users. In essence, they see a little compass pop up on their screen. They will know, this is where I'll find documentation on how to use the system or how to interpret a specific chart. Creating documentation has never been easier for your experts. And finally, it's also going to be read by your users. So it's not just a dusty PDF file somewhere on a server that nobody ever reads. We hope you liked the webinar, the short show and tell. If you did, and if you think this is something that could be very relevant within your organization, well, there's two things you can do. If you have more questions, you want to find out more, then don't hesitate to visit our website or request a personalized demo. If you're convinced and you're like, let me try this thing out myself, then don't hesitate to scan the QR code on the screen here, and you will be able to book a 30-minute onboarding session with us, or just create your account and dive right in. dScribe has a free plan up to 10 users, no time limit, so really you can try it out, test how it works within your company, invite a few colleagues, get their feedback, and really get this going quickly and easily. dScribe is a very lightweight solution. It doesn't have to integrate with your systems directly, so in terms of data security, you're also very, very good. So yeah, just give it a try, I would say, or contact us and you'll find out a bit more. Thanks a lot for tuning in to this session, and maybe we'll see you on the next one.